getting that part out of the way. This doesn't get flagged on YouTube. I do indeed have pants on. But look, I should be able to take my pants off on the internet, to be honest with you. Because quite frankly, women can take their pants off on the internet. Women can do whatever the fuck they want, and they can get away with every fucking bad type of bad behavior. Fucking bitches, man. I tell you, this world today, it's gotten so fucking gay and pussified. It's like being a man today. It's like everyone's against you. It's like you can't, you can't rile out. You can't rile out in public. You can't get violent in public anymore. When did that stop being a thing? Huh? Why can't I get violent in public? Why can't I tell a woman she has nice tits? What's so fucking wrong with that, huh? And I'm telling you all watching this, because you see it too. It's the world. It's this fucked up world where it's hard to be a man. But you know what, baby? It's always been hard to be a man, because a man's gotta do what a man's gotta do. And that's why we're here to bring Pelgan to you. That's right, motherfucker. Theological Brodex, episode 22. Woohoo! Pelgan! Yeah! Straight. No ice. No pussy shit. Other than that water I just drank. Let me tell you something, everybody. I have been hyped up waiting for this video. I have just been getting ready to make a video on Pelgan. I've been excited. I've been boiling with excitement. I made this whole plan to do a video with my shirt off and everything. I'm fucking crazy, man. I'm a lunatic. I need schizophrenia meds, but I'm never going to take them. Never! Anyway. Let's get into Pelgan. Let's get right into this. Let's talk about Pelgan. Let's talk about the coolest, let's talk about the second coolest god of humanity ever, in anything. Of course, the coolest god of humanity is, surprise, surprise, God, as in Jesus Christ, as in the actual real God who you should all be praying to. But the second most, I admit it's a wide margin. It's a wide margin between the one true God and a fun fictional God from a dark fantasy world. But I think it's fair to say Pelgan is the coolest God of humanity conceived of by man. You know, it's just our pale attempt to give something back to God. You know, God comes up with such an amazing, cool species like us, even though we did kind of fuck it up. We're like, okay, God, we're going to come up with something cool. We're going to come up with something cool too. And that would be Pelgan. And nothing, the few things are cooler than Pelgan. So let's get right fucking down to it. Fuck you, Urkel Hawley, you fucking bitch. You stupid hyena whore. Alright, Pelgan, the father of civilization! Yeah! So Pelgan, his holy number is 22. Which I've never, I heard some things about it's like, cause it's like a chain, it's when it changes to a new chain, and that's a particularly potent god. I can believe that, but I just like the idea of 22. It's 2 and 2, baby. 2 and 2. 2 and 2. Hit him with the twofer, Pelgan. Pow! His spirit level is 6. But he's actually close to raising his spirit level. I'm about to raise my spirit level right now. Hell yeah. And He has some pretty badass dominions. Sorry, I gotta check a text. He has some pretty badass dominions. He's the God, first and foremost, of humanity. He's also the God of adaptability, ambition, ants. He's the God of cities and civilization and conquest. He is the God of expansion because you know when Shire Helena walks into the room, Pelgan's dick expands. He is the God of fatherhood, of masculinity. Oh yeah, yeah. Look at that body. Look at that. Look at that. Oh yeah, yeah. Ooh yeah. Ooh, Macho Man Randy Savage. Oh yeah, that's right, brother. What you gonna do when Pelganomania runs wild on you? And he's the God of purity of blood, sculpting, as in sculpting this bod. Uh, um, among other things, taking lands, etc., etc. All the coolest shit, just building shit and taking shit from other people. Just fucking conquistadore, just absolute William the Conqueror, just Chad. He's the god of Chads. And he is born of Ahura Mazda and Damar, of the heavens and the earth, of light and life, of virtue and stability is what made Pelgan. Again, his holy number is 22. His holy weapon is his broadsword. And if you remember from the Urquhart video, the broadsword is indeed a metaphor for your penis. And that's something very important for you to remember. Your broadsword is your penis. If you lose your broadsword, you lose your penis. Uh, his gift to the world is cities. He said, let the humans go upon the land and take the shit from the others and build some more cool shit because I think that would be cool as fuck. His holy symbol, it's like an ant's head. Because ants, they're badass. They're building. They're working. They're going out there. They're dying every day for your freedom. Servitors are ashas. These angels, they're like these super hardcore lion angels. Just fucking Terminator style, obeying Pelgan to the fucking letter. Of course, his sacrifice you give to him, taking lands from other species because fuck them. Uh, um, he sends omens and like clay riverbeds or behavior from ants. He only gives mysticism to humans and Nergalis. I had a Nergali back in that other room right now. And I tell you, that cat, he's pretty fucking manly. Even though he doesn't have any balls. But he really does compensate for it. And these followers, they wear expensive clothing, they wear expensive armor, they wield expensive weapons, they look nice as fuck with their yellow, white, and brown. These symbols of ants, just looking badass, just absolute chads in the fucking finest drip you can imagine. Just think the drip Goku meme, just. And his world headquarters is of course in Vale. It's a massive temple, extremely beautiful temple, the best temple, with marble statues and fucking just fucking this courtyard and the Abbey of Ants where all the ants pray to Pelgan because they're in on it too. They're with it. Fucking this militant order of the church called my brother's keepers. They're just fucking ridding other species and their impure influences from Kvagathel. We're gonna fucking genocide the other species. Yeah, yeah, get rid of those fucking subhuman scum. Oh, yeah. Oh. I don't care if you're black. I don't care if you're white. I don't care if you're yellow. I don't care if you're red. But I tell you, if you ain't human, you ain't welcome. And his holy day is the fucking day of man. Yeah! With his holy text, the Father's words, just this fucking manly Bible. You show him the first page. it says before you continue reading, bench press 350 pounds. Just these dogma. Not going to read the whole thing, but it's all about the laws of Pelgan. You shall worship no other divinity before Pelgan. You shall not eat the flesh of the two-legged. You shall not couple with those other than your own people. You shall always obey your father and his father's father, and you shall not become indolent. Hard work lays the foundation for the future. Yeah, take as many wives as you can. Fuck yeah, have a bunch of kids. Fuck that pussy, get that money. Oh yeah. You never kill your brother. You never kill another man unless you have to, in the gravest of circumstances. And you gotta know, brother, that all land, it belongs to your people. Oh yeah! And some of his acts of irreverence here, the gravest of sins, just a few of them. There's laziness, is one of them. Can't be lazy, or you will get thrown out of the hall like the bitch you are. You, of course, can't treat other members of your own species. You can't treat members of other species as if they are your equal. That would be horrible. Can you imagine treating a fucking dwarf like he's the same as you? Just spit on his fucking bald ass head. And pick him up by the beard. You got to think adaptively. You can't get stuck in a rut. You gotta be ready for new situations. You gotta, what am I gonna do here? Oh, I'm gonna zig here. I'm gonna zag there. I'm gonna kill this guy. I'm gonna make a deal with this guy, and then I'm gonna kill him later. You gotta, it's a sin if you fail to attempt to sire or bear children. And in fact, you know what? I go further in the book here. I don't think Pelgan takes mercy on the sterile. I think if you're sterile, your existence is a sin. In the eyes of Pelgan, of course, not in real life, in a video game. Of course, you can't disrespect your father or his father. And don't kill humans unless you absolutely have to. Now, he is, as cities grow, Pelgan 2 is growing in power. And soon he will reach the 7th spirit level like I'm about to. Oh my goodness, that's so delicious. I'm drinking Jack Daniels, by the way. Not sponsored, but I wish it was. And of his image, he's this tall, blonde-haired man with blue eyes and light brown skin. He's got oh, he's so fucking hot. He's clad in plate mail, standing upon a hill of non-human bodies and wielding a shining broadsword. Oh my gosh, I swear I'm not gay, but oh my gosh. And he's got his right kidney was ripped out, and so he's got the fucking wound there. He's bleeding from where his kidney was. I've never heard anything like that. I wonder where Andrew Wood got that idea. It's just the noble sacrifice he made for the good of humanity. And of course, he's in the court of order. He's in there with Helena. Not gonna lie, he's a little bit whipped by Helena. Not gonna lie. She's in charge of the court of order. I'm just saying. Imagine being in a court where one of your wives is in charge of the court. Literally imagine working for your wife. I'm just saying. Shy doesn't make him work for her. Shy knows the fucking deal. Fucking sexy cat bitch. Excuse me. And of course, his avatar is the man, the myth, the legend, Vertex. The 6.5 foot tall, black man with light brown skin. Yeah, he's a light skinned brother. That's right. Vertex is a light skinned brother come to teach you how to act. Just fucking this manly man, Vertex. in fucking Bale with King Bran leading the church, a man's man, serving the manliest man God that ever manned as a god. And, goes through some of his divine relationships. Um, there's Helena and Shai, his wives. Of course, Helena doesn't like that Pelgan also fucks around with Shai. But Helena can shut her bitch mouth. How about that? How about that? How about fuck you, Helena? How about let a man do what he's gonna do instead of fucking stepping in and being a bitch about it? All right? Jeez. And of course, he is friends with, his best friend is Dingan. That's his boy. Dingan helped make humanity. Dingan was like, yo, Pelgan, Pelgan, use my body. And Pelgan was like, dude, that's genius. Of course, there's Aulus is his pal. He of course trusts He Who Has Many Names. He Who Has Many Names is his good friend. Definitely, He Who Has Many Names would never do anything sinister. Obviously, he's homies with Cureleaf. He respects Damar. Uh, he doesn't like divinities that create other species. They're trying to muscle in on his territory. They're trying to do something, and he doesn't appreciate that. Of course, his greatest enemies. He hates Urquhart. Fuck that bitch. That's his top enemy. Also, not good with Mool, which, oh man, I love Pelgan, but I love Mool, and I'm like, fuck. Definitely they want each other's dominions for sure. Also, he's not on good terms with Jira. He fears Armon. He's like, shit, the night sky. Holy shit, Armon's got power. And he's worried, he's shaken. He's like, oh shit. So he actually respects Armon, which knows what's going to happen there. Pelgan, what are you doing there? Aren't you a god of light? I'm starting to think about perfection, and I'm starting to like this idea. So that's some the basics of Pelgan. Sorry if I've been all over the place right now. I've been so excited to make this video. I've been fucking wilding, man. I've been wilding. So now we've gone through the basics. Let's explore them a little further. So, his dominions. This is, like I said, the main thing with Pelgan, he's the god of civilization, humanity, and masculinity, and, conquest, and all the things that entails. He's a very active god. You can run into him in Bale. You can maybe even run into him in Firstport. He might show up to his followers, and he's sending them out. Keep in mind, like if you think about like the different holy texts of the divinities, it's like their Bible, which is kind of what it is. You know, yeah, there's a lot from the Nergalis, and there's holy text Pelgan gave to them, and we'll definitely talk to them. We're gonna get to them because that's a unique subject I want to touch on in this video. But I have it that Pelgan's holy text, sections of it are still being written. This isn't, medieval church Christianity or modern church Christianity. This is like during Old and or New Testament sort of stuff. This is, things are currently happening. Vertex and Bram and other first gen humans who are ageless, by the way, they will not age. They're all up to stuff. They're all working. They're expanding their kingdoms, and priests of Pelgan are going out and trying to bring humans who've turned away from Pelgan back into the fold. As the church spreads, as humanity grows, humanity is very new. So is the human faith of Pelgan. So is the holy text, and so it's expanding. Things are being added. Things are happening that are being put into that text. Like right now, there's priests are being sent out throughout the kingdom of Theru to establish smaller churches, and that's being written about. And some of that is probably going to make it into the main holy text. And in thousands of cycles, it's going to be a much bigger holy text. Um, so so talking about the different followers, because that's important. Humans, I'm not going to go over that because we got humanity. We know what that is. We're human. And Andrew also has a video about Pelgan that touches more on humanity that you should watch. But I want to talk about Nergali and why Pelgan chose the Nergali as his first followers and why he still grants them mysticism. Delicious. Just a second, let me get some nicotine. 15 milligrams, by the way. Not that it matters, but it kind of does matter. That is pretty cool. I'm doing 15 milligrams. I bet you guys don't do 15 milligrams because you're gay. Just saying. But anyway, the Nergali, they are the adopted children of Pelgan. To go over them a bit, they are a race of semi-anthropomorphic simulidons. They primarily walk on four legs, but they can stand up on two legs and they can wield tools. I also have the Pelgan. He tells the humans do not eat the flesh of the two-legged. I do change that slightly for the Nergali, where he tells them not to eat the flesh of the four-legged, which means the Sarush are on the fucking table, baby. Just humans can eat typhons. I mean, typhons don't have any legs, and Nergali can eat a lot of species. But of course can't do cannibalism. They can't eat other Cheyenne, unfortunately. They can eat them out though. Actually, no, because they're different species. So never mind about that. But why'd Pelgan choose the Nergalis? The Nergalis, they're highly intelligent. They're possessed of great wisdom and very strong will. They are mighty and they are fast, and they are unconcerned with barbaric things, with brutish labors and thuggish behaviors. They leave that to the simpler races, to their slaves. Now, of course, this pleases Pelgan. This hierarchy, this sense of order, this intellect and wisdom. In just a moment, I think my pizza's here. So I'm going to pause while I grab that. I hope you fuckers don't mind me eating some pizza during the video. If you do, you're gay. Yeah, I just did that. But you chill out, Daisy, chill out. My dog, man's best friend, she didn't like that pizza guy coming over here. She didn't like him cutting in on her territory. But so anyway, the Nergali, he respects their intellect, their wisdom, their understanding of civilization and civics, for which they are very they're predisposed towards the understanding of civics and the way a city is to be run and ordered. And of course, they are the children of Shai. So what is the Church of the Nergali like? Well, they are the adopted children of Pelgan. They are not his creations, but his children, his adopted children. They are They seek to emulate him. They seek to build cities in his name, though they were not created by him, so that they may prove themselves worthy to him. And thus far, they have proven themselves worthy. They have proven themselves wise and strong. And they have enslaved many enemies of Pelgan. And they alone, at least in the eyes of the Nergali and perhaps in the eyes of Pelgan, were the reason why Shadow Purge was not successful, why Ahriman was not able to destroy the entire world. Now, there are some ways the Nergali faith differs from the human faith. It definitely emphasizes far more the values of civilization, of civics, of building cities up, less so of conquest, obviously less so of humanity, um, but perhaps less so of masculinity. Though the Nergalis can be pretty fucking manly, fucking big masculine, fucking muscular cats just prowling along like yeah, what, bitch? Meow, 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 meow. Look at this fucker. Look at this loser here, Chebulet. This loser, he doesn't even have a chateau. Oh, how embarrassing. Oh, what a pussy. Mm. Meow. Those absolute man cats just fucking living it up. That's enough about the Nergali. So going further, Peligan's parents are Damar and Ahura Mazda. So you got to think about that. Life and light, the earth and heavens. So how does that come together for Pelgan? Well, you have the virtue and glory and wisdom of Ahura Mazda that go into Pelgan, this understanding of what is great, not necessarily what is good, but what is great, what is glorious, what is grand and noble, and what reaches up, what aspires, aspiration, and going further and further and getting higher and higher. Meanwhile, with Damar, you have that earthy aspect. You have that stability. You have what is practical, what is straightforward and true on a basic sort of pragmatic, material, earthy level. And so when you put those two things together, what do you get? You get the understanding of what is going to be effective in chasing that high of Ahura Mazda. You get the sort of stable glory of what can consistently produce glory, what can consistently produce greatness. And so civilization is sort of a born of the mixture of glory and stability. Masculinity is born from the mixture of life and virtue, and conquest is born from the mixture of wisdom and of soil, of earthy, raw things, that it is wise, that you must have land. Think as the sun uh, shines down on plenty of land, humanity, they view that as a call to take that land, to shine upon that land like the sun shines upon Damar. And that is an ideal of humanity. And I swear, if any of you make fun of me for being a little bit overweight, okay, I'm trying to lose weight, and today is a cheat day, and like, I just feel like you're a hater, and I'm like, that's really hurtful. No, but in all seriousness, actually, if any of you are thinking of making fun of me for being overweight, please do. Like, genuinely, please put mean comments about me needing to lose weight. I will genuinely appreciate it. Like, really brutal comments. Like, if you're my friend, if you like me, if you consider me a good guy, you will put absolutely brutal, savage comments on this YouTube video. Please just fucking lay into me. Just get really mean. Try to hurt my feelings. I'm genuinely begging you. Try your best to hurt my feelings in the comment section about my weight and my build, because I am trying, and this is kind of gay and stupid that I'm getting pizza and bread bites. Like, that is kind of lame. So please just fucking lay into me. I need the negative feedback. I need the motivation. Um, and so life and light is this put together, is this desire to build something great, to gear what you're creating and what is being improved towards something noble and glorious. Uh, and his weapon being the broadsword. I love that as the weapon of civilization. I'm not fully sure how to like completely articulate that, like why I think that works, but I just think the broadsword is this very civilized, manly weapon. You know, first of all, we do have to clarify yet again that the broadsword is your penis. So broadsword is a metaphor for your cock. So you need to stick your broadsword into your enemies, and then you need to stick your cock into your wives. So that is a very important thing to understand, because women, they're also in a way your enemy. So just as you stick your broadsword into your enemies, you need to stick your cock into your wives to set them straight. Um, you know, as you do. But beyond that, it's just like, I imagine it as this like perfectly balanced weapon. Actually, a broadsword is more like a saber. And no, shut up, bitch. I had a guy tell me that one time that a broadsword is actually more like a saber or a cutlass. And just so you know, that guy actually turned out to be a pedophile. So a broadsword is a big ass long sword. It's a big long sword that's really wide and cool looking. It's not a fucking cutlass or a fucking cavalry saber. It's not this gay fancy weapon. It's glorious badass fucking wide long sword. And I won't hear otherwise, bitch. Uh, um, and so going further here, let's talk about the clergy, the followers of Pelgan. What is it going to be like to interact with these guys? These guys are manly men. Whether you're talking about the badass, heroic conquering humans, or the super intellectual, you know, civilized, was so much better than you, Nergalis. These are badass men. These are men who have achieved in the arenas of intellect and physicality. These are great and noble men, so they should be larger than life. You should never, ever have a cleric of Pelgan in your game, PC or NPC, who is low presence. I'm not fucking kidding. You shouldn't allow that shit. It should be minimum 10 presence. Otherwise, you can't play a cleric of Pelgan. Otherwise, the NPC isn't a cleric of Pelgan. Minimum 10 presence. Just add that to the requirements for being a cleric of Pelgan. Because there's no way, there's that, and 10 strength as well. Because there's no way that some fucking boring ass lame-o is going to be a cleric of Pelgan. There's not going to be like, I'm actually a cleric of Pelgan. So no, that's not going to happen. That's not ever going to happen. It's going to be somebody larger than life. So just take fucking Andrew Wood or me. Take our vibe. That's a fucking Pelganite. Fucking manly and awesome and cool and fucking radical. Yeah! Just full fucking presence. Just go maximum. Just every time you play Cleric of Pelgan, go maximum presence. Go hard. Go fast. Fucking be wild. Fucking be cool. Be badass. Be a man. So now talking about followers of Pelgan, and Pelgan as antagonist, neutral, protagonist. So starting with the antagonist, I guess if you're a pussy, you could have Pelgan be an antagonist in your game. If you're a cunt bitch, you could have a situation where the players are playing on humans and the Pelganites and Pelgan, they're really racist and or you're a man who doesn't exactly conform to everything Pelgan wants. And so in that case, you'd have this oppression angle and Pelgan and his church wouldn't like you, and rightfully so. And so you'd have to fight back against them, because you want something more. You know what? Fuck that. The only cool way to have Pelgan be an antagonist in your games is if you're playing a Mulite. And the great way to do it is to have like if you have 4 players, you need 2 Mulite players and you need 2 Pelganite players. And the game needs to be about them fighting. And then you barely have to do any prep. You just let them do what they do. You have things going on in the world, whatever. I'm not even kidding. This is a fucking cool idea. You have 2 Pelganite players and 2 Mulite players, and they're clashing against each other, just masculinity and conquest versus rage and battle, and just the absolute story that will come of that. Just the Mulites fighting like hell, and the Pelganites standing up against them. There's going to be mutual respect. Even though Mul is one of Pelgan's greatest enemies, there's mutual respect. That's fucking Hulk Hogan versus Macho Man Randy Savage. That's like, fuck you, but I respect you. Okay, so that's antagonist. So neutral. What's that going to be like? So these are guys who have high positions in cities, in political situations, who are powerful and they're educated and they're strong. They're military men. So if you're playing a human game, you're going to encounter these guys. They're going to be preaching to you. They're going to be trying to bring you to the faith. And they're charismatic. So as the FT, when you have players, if they're not Pelganite, or even if they are Pelganite and they're dealing with Pelganites who are trying to preach to them, really sell that. Really have them be good at it. Don't just be like, you should believe in my God. No, be like, brother, you must honor the Father. Brother, a great promise has been given to you that the world shall be yours and you turn away. Do not turn away, brother. Do not turn away. Or it might also be, you're playing followers of religion. Maybe you're non-humans, but you aren't of the sort that are particularly opposed to Pelgan. You're like your Leafian Satyr or I don't know, a fucking Legionite, and this is a group that you're working with. The Pelganites, they offer you something, and so you got to make deals with them. And they're good at making deals. They're not as conniving as the Legionites. They're not as authoritative as Helena or as clever as Shy, but they're pretty balanced. They're pretty smart. They know what they're doing. You're gonna be dealing with some ruthless, ambitious individuals who, if they're going to help you, they want to make sure they're getting yours. That can be an interesting thing. Or you might end up clashing with them because you're not human. You might end up in a situation where, you got to either fix something, you got to either make some sort of compromise where you're apologizing, where you're giving them something, or you got to face the wrath of fucking mankind, baby. And guess what? You face the wrath of mankind, you ain't fucking surviving that fight. You're getting fucked. And then as protagonist, a Pelganite game is awesome. Just go way over the top. Go crazy with it. Go crazy with a fucking Pelganite game. Go insane. You're just fucking just manly shit, fucking high octane, hyper masculine, political games, just building the city, trying to create something great. Just brotherhood of man, if you can work in games where not all players are human and where there's this alliance and where he's kind of racist and it's well you may be a dirty kitsune, but you're all right, you will have a respectable servant position in my empire, you will be treated well in my empire as you serve as my servant. Or maybe just a total humanity fuck yeah game. You're all working together. It's all humans working together, fucking just trying to build a city, trying to conquer, fighting other species. And don't do the gay thing. Don't do the fucking stupid gay pussy homosexual thing where you go like, wait a minute. Are we the baddies? Don't do that. That's so stupid. No, you're humanity. You're humanity versus other species. If you're going to do a humanity fuck yeah game, do a humanity fuck yeah game. I don't care about your moral hangups or how you think like the fucking pharaohs are a metaphor for black people or whatever, even though they're not. Pharaohs are a metaphor for fucking Appalachian people. And there's black humans. Humanity, fuck yeah, that includes black people, that includes white people, that includes Asian people. So I don't care about your moral grandstanding. If you're doing a humanity, fuck yeah game, it's got to be about humanity triumphing against the inhuman forces, against evil, against darkness, against savagery, and bringing the sword to them and bringing forth the glory of mankind. And you can even have one player being like an Atomi or a Cheyenne or maybe even a Tuwil, and you can have that weird angle where it's like, mostly human players, and then you got this Cheyenne who's like, helping them out, kind of this different angle, or this Atomi who's got her own devious plans, and humanity is a benefit to her, kind of like America and this one other country that I can't go into right now. So that's all a great angle to go for. But now, yes, now, we are on to how to interact with Pelgan and roleplay him. Here we fucking go, baby. So, Pelgan should be extremely larger than life. In his video about Pelgan, Andrew Wood, he described Pelgan as, he's 80s action hero mixed with, like Glorious Conqueror, mixed with like highly intelligent supervillain. So definitely that. I don't need to elaborate too much on that. Just the heroic, bold warrior conqueror who's also this deeply cunning and manipulative and clever individual who's trying to figure out how to establish his power. So all of that. But there's one individual you need to be aware of. Two individuals you need to be aware of if you want to roleplay Pelgan right. And that's Hulk Hogan and Macho Man Randy Savage. Oh yeah, brother. These individuals, they make such great inspiration for Pelgan. Just this heroic pro wrestling badass, it's fucking patriotic, just just fucking pro wrestling. Pelgan is a man's man. He's fucking brave. He's fucking bold. He's fucking manly. He's fucking civilized. And he fucking believes in what's right. And so taking these two as inspiration, you know what? Throwing some Triple H in there for the more devious side of Pelgan. Just imagine Macho Man Randy Savage, Hulk Hogan, and Triple H. And he's gonna be, he's basically not gonna appear to non-humans. He's gonna be sending his angels for that if he needs to, unless it's Nergalis. But Nergalis and humans, he's gonna be showing up like, my son. Ooh yeah, yes, yeah. Ooh, my son. You gotta know the game, and the game is Pelgan wins. And so here's what you do, my son. Here's what you do in the name of your Lord, Pelgan. You need to go out and you need to conquer. Ooh. And brother, you need to make sure these other species know who's really in charge. And you really inspire them. And you really, Pelgan should be inspiring and intimidating and masculine and paternal. And he might even appear to humans who aren't worshiping him. He might appear and try to set them straight through tough love, through a mixture of kindness and intimidation as he smacks him across the face. Pelgan, I have him be a god you can just run into in the physical world. You can find him in Baal. You can find him in the temple in Baal. He might be there every once in a while. He might be there lording over his priests. And you might, Pelgan, oh yeah, that's right, boy. Pelgan. You should have him speaking to the players super strong and masculine, but also highly intelligent. Because he might get a little bit more drawn back, just a little bit more subtle, although there should always be that larger than life, loud, proud, charismatic aspect to him. As he says, now listen, my sons. The world is to be yours, but there's still much in the way. So I call you to travel to the land of Nigh. Build colonies there. It is a land untouched by many species, and the species who are there, they are not ready for your might and strength. Build a place for humanity to be strong, and put upon ships. Ooh, yeah, what you gonna do when Hulkamania runs wild on you? Put upon ships, goods, and slaves from that land, and bring it back to the humans of Baal in Firstport. You can build an empire. You can grow and grow stronger. And soon, all of this will be yours. So that is the Pelgan video. Sorry if I went kind of crazy on this one, guys. I really was just having a great time. I make these videos for entertainment. If you want more like actual, like seriously, if you want like actual deep dives into really complex, really nerdy, explain the divinity to me and how I apply this to my game, and you don't just want to see a guy go crazy, watch Black Lodge Games. I know basically anyone who's watching my videos is probably already watching Black Lodge Games, but if you're not, seriously watch Black Lodge Games. I make these videos primarily to entertain myself. I make these videos to have fun, to goof off, and to keep the fire within the Ring of Fire alive in whatever small way I can. But if you watch my videos, please go and watch Black Lodge Games. They are some manly men. They're real dudes. They're real cool dudes. They would be approved by Pelgan, and they make really useful videos. They have really high production value. They have some really cool ideas, and they explore not just within the Ring of Fire, but a lot of different games. And they're contributing to the hobby in a really meaningful way, making games of their own by role players for role players. There aren't gay and lame fucking theater games. There aren't fucking nerdy fucking fat loser fucking cool math games, crunchy, like really like just fucking roll the dice and say you hit the enemy. No, they make real games for role players that are fun, that are exciting, that are interesting. They're nice guys too. Ginger Fraser, he recommended this book for me. I need to get back into reading it. They got me into Shadow Dark. They've made a couple games that I've gotten into, and I can tell you right now, I'm gonna buy any BLG product that comes out, and so should you, because it's gonna be good. And also, please, if you like my Within the Ring of Fire videos, and if you're not super familiar with Within the Ring of Fire, check out Andrew Wood. His channel is Wood WWAD. I know this guy. He's not as big as BLG. He's not as famous anymore. At risk of sounding kind of like a pussy, like I just have to say, Andrew Wood, you really made a difference in my life. You really gave me something fun and something great. I want you to know that I got into your stuff. I got into With the Ring of Fire when I was 14. I wasn't like a total outcast. I had friends, but I was a somewhat lonely kid. I was kind of a nerd. And I was too like nerdy and weird for the normal cool kids. But I wasn't like nerdy or gay enough for the really weird kids. And so Within Ring of Fire really gave me something to hold on to. And so please, if you see one of my videos and you haven't watched Andrew Wood's channel, Wood WWAD, please do. Please do. Please go out there and watch an Andrew Wood video because he deserves it. And he really did something with this game. I know it's not for everyone. I know not everyone's going to like this game. But this game really deserved to be something bigger than it ever was, in my opinion. And it's not worth it to whinge and whine about how it didn't get super popular. Whatever. Most people have shitty taste. But Within the Ring of Fire deserves some love, and you should check it out. And I guarantee you that if you've got a similar taste to me, if you really like my videos, you'll enjoy Within the Ring of Fire. If you don't overthink it, if you don't nitpick on every little thing you don't like, you'll enjoy it. Anyway, thank you all for watching the video. For those of you who did, for those of you who didn't, fuck you. You're a bunch of pussies. And I'm looking forward to making more videos in Theological Brodex. I'm a ride or die Within the Ring of Fire fan. I'm a ride or die BLG fan. I'm a fucking ride or die RPG fan. But most of all, I'll say it again: ride or die Within the Ring of Fire. The most fun thing that's ever been in my life. The most fun, just exciting, enjoyable hobby I've ever had. Anytime I play in a role playing game, I enjoy it. I'd rather be playing with the Ring of Fire. Anyway, y'all have a great night.